with a weather alert. A major storm bringing rain and snow to Arizona and forcing evacuations because of all the flooding. The latest evacuation orders issued for people living in Black Canyon City near the Agua Fria River. This is the view overhead from Sky 12 of that area. The Agua Fria River flowing there at full force. The order is specifically for residents of the River's Edge RV Park in the city. An evacuation shelter has been set up at the Cannon Elementary School in Black Canyon City. Camp Verde and Cottonwood also evacuating because of the dangerous flooding in that area. Sky 12 capturing this site with SRP warning the Verde reservoirs are already 83% full, and more snowmelt on the watershed is on the way. And this just in, State Route 74 closed in both directions between Lake Pleasant Parkway and I-17. The Arizona Department of Transportation says the closure is between milepost 21 and 30 due to all that water down there. There's no estimate as to when this roadway may reopen. The steady storm water creating dangerous flooding conditions across the state. Just check out this dramatic video of a water rescue happening near Beaver Creek. We'll have a full report on what happened to the two men who were inside that truck in just a couple of minutes. But right now, let's give you a live look from both downtown Phoenix and Flagstaff. Quite the contrast there as showers continue off and on throughout the valley and the high country braces for more winter storm warnings. We have live team coverage for you right now. We want to start with meteorologist Crystal Henderson with a look at conditions happening now and what you can expect for the rest of the day. Crystal?
Tram, with all of that dramatic video we just saw, you may be expecting a more explosive radar right now, right? Well, looks can be deceiving because it's not just the rain that's falling right now that's triggering the flooding. It's that rain that's teaming up with rapid snow melt. We're also throwing down some snow too, that sweet spot between 6,000 and 7,000 feet. We're still unzipping the showers throughout the afternoon, so more rain to come. And even after the last drop is falling, flooding is still going to be ongoing. So we have to keep this ready, set, go mentality. We all need to be ready here, proactive and prepare, be alert. Consider evacuating if you're in a flood-prone spot already. We have actually a new one on the list for that set, and that is you, Cornville. Cornville residents at low-lying areas along Oak Creek, including Lolomai, Sunrise RV Resort, and houses in Lower Oak Creek Estates, you are set. The next will be go, and we have a list of go orders out right now. Tram just talked about the River's Edge RV Park in Black Canyon City. Look at the flood warnings that are so numerous, they are crowding Arizona. We've got them laid out all over the place. Sedona, long list here under this go order. Your go-to evacuation center, 395 South Main Street in Camp Verde. Get out of danger, and if you come across a flooded roadway, turn around, don't drown. This flooding threat is urgent. Flooding is the top storm-related killer, so we have to take this seriously and protect our families. Cottonwood under a go order here. This is that area along the Verde River south of 89A. We've got one more that's been ongoing as well. This is for the town of Camp Verde. This one's been in place since overnight. Flood advisories also going off here this afternoon. This one is strung out from Sholo to Pinetop Lakeside, and then we're all in the danger zone here under this flood watch for continued potential flooding. Slapped on top of that, wind advisory still out here in our state as we have winds that are just hooting and hollering in the 20s and 30s. These blasts of wind coming with that ongoing rain here this afternoon, really adding that chill factor. I mean, reality check, it is 1:04 in the afternoon on March 22nd, and you're getting all kinds of December vibes here. 58's what it feels like in Phoenix, 24 in Flagstaff right now. Tram, I'm going to have more with your Futurecast coming up next.
All right, Crystal, thank you. Last night, ADOT tweeted out this video of a rock slide closing State Highway 89A through Oak Creek Canyon. That highway has been shut down all night. It remains closed as crews work to clear the way between Sedona and Flagstaff. Team 12's Jade Cunningham is live near Sedona, where flooding from Oak Creek is forcing people to evacuate. Jade, what are you seeing?
Yeah, well, good afternoon. We actually got here to Oak Creek Mobile Lodge about an hour or so ago, and I mean, we haven't seen any flooding per se, but I mean, take a look. at Oak Creek. This is more like a raging river. This area is under an evacuation order. I'm told that law enforcement went around to some of the homes earlier this morning, knocking on people's doors, telling people that the evacuation order was in place. Where we are, there are about 60 homes, and about half of those people evacuated. Some stayed behind because they were on higher ground, and some people, since we've been here, have kind of come back to their homes just to kind of check to see, make sure everything is okay. I am told that the water has gone down here, so that's good news. Earlier, this water was up so much higher. It was actually where we are standing. You can see some of the debris, the dirt, the twigs, things like that. So the water is going down. Now, earlier this morning, I was looking online at the USGS site. It looks like the gauge registered it at about 13 feet at 6 a.m. this morning. It has since gone down. Flood stage for Oak Creek is at 14 feet. The people we spoke with say they weren't too concerned because they've seen the water get higher than that. But of course, they're keeping a close eye on things. It is possible, though, that water could continue to go up. So again, people just keeping a close eye. I do want to point out, though, because while we aren't seeing flooding, again, look at how fast this water is going. Actually, since we've been standing here, every once in a while, you'll kind of hear this pop, this bang, bang, bang. And I'm told that that's boulders underneath the water being pushed into other boulders and other debris. And every once in a while, too, you kind of see debris, trees, twigs, things like that just flying by. This water is moving. And that's why, of course, law enforcement and other officials are really encouraging people, if they see water on the roadways, to not go through it. You never know what's underneath that water. You never know how fast that water is moving. So we all hear it. We say it time and time again: turn around, don't drown. Now, I do just want to say that if residents are interested in getting sandbags, there are several locations in this area where you can get sandbags. You do have to bring your own shovel, and that includes Sedona United Methodist Church. It also includes the city lot adjacent to Sedona Red Rock High School. And there also is an evacuation center that has been set up. If you are interested in evacuating still, that's at 395 South Main Street in Camp Verde. Again, the residents we have spoken with, they're not too concerned. They say the water has gone down. They are keeping a close eye on things here, but so far, so good. Reporting live, Jade Cunningham, 12 News. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Jade, I'm so glad you mentioned the ferocity of that water right there, because clearly you can see how strong it is. Thank goodness no one is trapped in those waters, or even a vehicle. Well, incredible videos being posted to social media show the water rushing through Beaver Creek as levels continue to rise there. Team 12's Rachel Cole standing by on scene with a first-hand look at the magnitude of Mother Nature, with flooding along Beaver Creek near Camp Verde forcing evacuations there as well. Rachel, what's the latest?
Hey, Tram, I'll tell you, you see those videos on social media, but to be standing right next to it out here, look at Beaver Creek, more of the same, just kind of what Jade was seeing up where she is by Oak Creek. This is more of a raging river. A lot of residents in the area telling us they haven't seen flooding like this since about 2019, so they can call it a 100-year flood if they want to, but this is starting to happen more and more often. And Lance and I are going to take a walk up this bridge. We've seen a lot of foot traffic out here today. Here's a couple of residents here coming to check it out because it really is unprecedented. We're going to sneak by you guys. Again, a lot of foot traffic coming up here today to Montezuma Avenue near Beaver Vista to check out just how quickly this water is passing through. And at one point, authorities tell me that they were talking about closing the bridge to cars because it might have just been too dangerous. That's if the water would have touched the top of the bridge. So you can see, we'll look over onto this side where it's heading down and threatening those homes. So again, more of the same. Half of the residents evacuating following those orders issued yesterday. The other half saying, you know what, we're going to stick it out, stay with our property, fill sandbags, and try to slow the flooding as best we can, because we know we certainly can't stop it. So we've heard from quite a few people who have lived in this area. They dealt with this in 2019. They're prepared to do it again. They've got caterpillars and equipment to clean up in the aftermath whenever that's expected to come. I know Crystal says, you know, you get a hangover from these flooding incidents, and it usually takes 24 to 36 hours after the last raindrop. Things are quiet in the skies right now, but a little bit of rain expected later today, causing more of a problem. And then over this way, Lance, if you can show our viewers, this is Sycamore Park. And unfortunately, at this point, it is a total loss. It was underwater earlier today. The water has receded out here in Rimrock just a bit. We talked to crews with the Yavapai County facilities. That's what they call their Parks and Recs department. They said the park is going to need a lot of work following this flooding. So unfortunately, crews were having to clear out the porta potties so that those didn't get swept away in the floodwaters. And while that's, kind of funny, they laughed about it just a bit. It is a concern. You don't want any additional debris flowing through this creek because it's bad enough to see the trees breaking and the branches flowing down, causing a lot of clogging up in this area, having that water spread to nearby homes. And coming up on 12 News at 4, we are going to be talking to people who live down Beaver Vista Road. Their backyards completely flooded. We've got a lot of video. They let us in. They let us walk their backyard. And fortunately, the water is receding a bit, but the damage is done. And we're going to show you that coming up on 12 News at 4. For now, we're live in Rimrock. Rachel Cole, 12 News.
Unbelievable images, Rachel. Thank you. Just to the left of you, it looked like there were waves back there. All right. Well, just minutes ago, we showed you that incredible video of two people being rescued after their pickup became submerged in a wash in Cave Creek. Team 12's Trisha Hendricks shows us how it all unfolded earlier this morning.
As you can see, the water is raging through this flooded roadway near Cave Creek, and a lot of it. This is where that rescue all played out. You can see the truck is no longer here. The flood water actually moved it further downstream, showing the power of Mother Nature.
This is pretty wicked.
Daisy Mountain Fire and Medical tells 12 News the two people inside the construction truck were headed to a job site when it happened.
Very scary.
That's when their truck was washed away with both men still inside.
I see somebody that wasn't very smart and tried to cross the river.
Witnesses describe what they heard and saw in the midst of it all.
The water was like slowly rising when they were there. I've never seen it flow like that.
It's amazing the amount of water, and people should know not to go through it.
Thankfully, the men were able to climb onto the roof of the truck, and since crews weren't able to use a helicopter due to the weather, they used a ladder truck to rescue the two men.
Daisy Mountain brought a 100-foot aerial device that has a bucket on the end of it, a platform. We're able to move our firefighters out there safely to take these guys off the roof and to move them back into dry ground.
They're lucky they're alive. I hear they're alive.
Right now, they are both safe, and amazingly, there were no major injuries in all of this.
Don't cross it. Follow the signs that tell you not to cross it.
If that water hits your floorboard, you just become a boat.
People underestimate how much water weighs. It's about 9 pounds a gallon, and when it's moving as quickly as it is and it's full of debris, it weighs even more, and they just underestimate the speed of that and the weight of the water that pushes vehicles off.
Following the rescue, Daisy Mountain Fire and Medical putting out a warning to never cross a flooded roadway. The risk just isn't worth your life or the safety of rescuers. It's important to remember the phrase, turn around, don't drown. Near Cave Creek, Trisha Hendricks, 12 News.
Trisha, thank you. With continued flooding threats, dam releases are also affecting people in parts of Arizona right now. Jen Wall went to Mesa this morning to show us what it's like out there.
Yes, and these reservoir releases are causing exactly what you see right here, road closures across the valley because of flooded roadways. SRP says those water releases are to create storage capacity and make sure the two Verde River reservoirs and public are not at risk with late season storms we've been seeing across Arizona. Now, SRP says the Verde reservoirs are already 83% full. More snowmelt on the watershed is on the way. SRP started low-level water releases on March 2nd, and more was let out yesterday. Now, a recent SRP snow survey found that snowpack on the 13,000 square mile watershed that replenishes the Verde River reservoirs is the deepest it's been in 30 years. Just incredible. Now, throughout the year, SRP says it releases water from dams on both the Salt and Verde rivers to canals here in the valley to meet our water needs. And while we're seeing increased water flows here in the desert, in normally dry riverbeds, people living in parts of Camp Verde and Yavapai County near creeks and the Verde River are being told to watch those rising water levels and take action, get out immediately if the water continues to rise. Now, back here at McKellips in the 202 where we had this road closure, you may be noticing this across the valley, across Arizona. You can go to AZ 511 to find out which roads may be closed near you. For now, we're in Mesa. Jen Wall, 12 News.